times come. People have given up, Jim.
These are scary times.
I got the little one.
I'm sitting atop the Gotham Life building with 2 bombs. He's become consumed by his dark side.
Bring me the head of the Batman!
There must be thousands of them.
He is a monster. I will tear him limb from limb! Prepare for war!
He's in his prime. He'll kill you.
Gotham City belongs to the mutants! Ain't you got the...
Alright guys and gals, welcome back to the Squared Circle Uncensored YouTube channel. I'm your host SQD Will. We're here for another toy review. Let's go! Figure review, let's go! And what we have here today is we're going to take a look at that beautiful, beautiful McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse, The Dark Knight Returns Batman. Now this one, they say on the package, is Battle Damage Blue. This is also a collector's edition and platinum edition. I very rarely open platinums, but in this instant, we're gonna bust it open here on the channel for you all today. But first, I want to remember you all out there, if you haven't already subscribed, please don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Don't forget to share, comment, do all those great things. Because it helps us. It helps build the channel, baby. And we're not even asking you for anything. This is all free. You're getting free content, free reviews. Let's frickin' go, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I want to thank everybody that's already done that, obviously, because it means a lot to me, guys. I'm just happy that you're happy. We're trying to review some really cool figures here. We got toy hunts, reviews, we got cons. We're going everywhere. We're trying to go everywhere. Go find those figgies for you and review them and have you a part of the community and let me know what your thoughts are as well. So, with all that said, let's get into this review of this McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Collector's Edition Dark Knight Returns Batman. Alright everybody, we're back, and if you're just joining us, you're new to the channel, you are a McFarlane Toys, a DC Multiverse fan, thanks for joining in. If you haven't seen our videos before, what we like to do is take a look at the box first, then we go into the busted open phase, we take a look at accessories, head-to-toe review of the figure, comparisons, and then final thoughts. So we're going to take a look at this box real quick. There's a lot going on here. This is the McFarlane Collector's Edition box, so it is a little larger. You do have your standard McFarlane Toys logo at the top. 12 plus McFarlane Collector's Edition DC Multiverse Batman. This is a platinum series, so they do put the silver platinum edition sticker on the packaging. Figure in front, all the accessories around him. Even this box is a little bit better than the Ultimate Edition WWE stuff. If you do follow my WWE reviews, I don't like figure placement on the side with no light shining in, and McFarlane does a great job in its packaging to get the right amount of light in and to have this figure centered with accessories still in play. I think it's a really good display. Aside from that, it's number 21 in the series. You see that it comes from the Dark Knight Returns Battle Damage Blue. However, this does not have battle damage on it. And Collector's Edition. Now, you do turn this around and it has an awesome comic image of Batman the Dark Knight Returns in his damaged look, which is amazing. And that's what the standard figure looks like. And not much here. And some legalese on the bottom. We did get this at GameStop. So, we're going to put on right here the regular edition and what it looks like, because again, very similar to what's on there, so you can see it right there. But for now, that's the box, guys. Looks great. I love this figure. I think this figure looks awesome inside the box, but let's see what it really looks like. I know a lot of people have been saying that the cell shading. I don't see cell shading on this figure. I see a lot of great like shading and depth and stuff like that. I don't know if it's particularly cell shading, but I just think it looks great. I did hear some people say that. So is it? Comment below, let me know. But it looks great, whatever shading they did. I know a lot of people don't like it. I do. I don't know. I like shading. I like brushing. A little dry brush. Little brush in here, a little shade there. Give it all to me, baby, as long as it looks good. As long as it has coloration, as long as it visually, aesthetically looks awesome, I want it in my collection. So let's get this out of the box, see the cell shading, see what everybody's talking about, and bust it open. All right, everybody, we've busted this Batman open, and I don't know why. I don't know why people are giving this figure flack, man. I think this figure looks awesome. I'm actually not getting the Mezco figure because of that figure. I mean, not the Mezco figure. What am I talking about? I'm not getting the Malfax figure because of this figure. In the blue. Oh, man. Here we go. Technical difficulties. We're not getting the Malfax figure because this figure looks so good. So, anyway, I want to get Batman out of the way. Batman does come with some accessories that we want to go over really quickly. I'm not busting open the stand, the card. So he comes with a stand, a collector's card, a limited edition collector's card. So I'm not taking those out of the box. They'll stay in. And then he comes with 2 C grip hands and 2 fist hands. Again, hands are hands, guys. I'm not going to review hands like crazy. So let's get this underway for the remainder of the accessories. Batman does come with this light, and I love it. I love the look of it. It comes in 2 parts. Comes in this big part here, and then this one that clips on the top of it. You just clip it right on the top, pegs in. It's a beautiful light stand. I love it. It's not crazy. It's nothing complex. It's very simple, but I love the colors. They pop, and I love the way he looks under it. I think he just looks great under it. In addition to that, he comes with a Batarang. So it's kind of just this molded plastic Batarang. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. I think out of the accessories, this is probably my least favorite. Not a fan. This looks kind of cheap, kind of wonky, but there's the Batarang. And then, sorry guys, I don't know if this light stand will ever stay up on my table. I think it will. And then last but not least, as I say all the time here on the channel, here is his alternate face sculpt. And it looks great. I love the kind of weathered look. I love that they gave him the shadows under the eyes, the darkness like he has with the mask on. Really cool Bruce Wayne there unmasked. Even the hair texture looks great. There's the side of the face. I love the bone structure they gave him in here. I mean, this is the Dark Knight Returns. So this is wonderful. I absolutely love the look of this facial sculpt. It's a great alternate sculpt. And again, aside from the 2 C grip hands and the 2 fist hands, those are all the accessories that come with this Batman. Now this is the platinum version, so again, the regular version is battle damaged. I will show you a picture of that right here. I think I did that before too in the video. Irrespective, that's the battle damage. They do classify this as battle damage too, but when you get into the head to the toe, you'll see that it's not that battle damage. So let's get all this out of the way and get into the head to toe review of the Dark Knight Returns Batman. All right, everybody, we have this Batman, the Dark Knight Returns Batman in hand. I think, and guys, I know you're going to kill me on this by saying this, and I just think this is just such a sick Batman. I don't know what else to say. I mean, this is like, this rivals a lot of the other Batmans in the marketplace. And like, I just absolutely love the head sculpt. Again, I love all this shading. I know a lot of people were saying that this is cell shading. I don't see it as such, but I guess if that's what they were going for with what McFarlane was going for, I think it's very subtle. I love the shading. I love the different kind of shades of blue and gray you get throughout this suit. And I just even love it in the facial sculpt, guys. I mean, look at that. It's so sick. I mean, he's got that little grin on his face. Just really great. He looks battered and beaten and broken, but he's not. He's not battle damaged at all, as you can see. But a lot of this... God, these dry brushing is amazing in here. The whites and the blues and the different grays and the, oh my gosh, it just is an incredible job. Even when you come down into here, I mean, it's just great. I love the blues and the blue in the gloves and the different colors that pop in it and everything when it comes to, you know, even the symbol looks great on this. I know when you get to the back of the figure, I mean, you're not going to look at the back of the figure, guys. I mean, that's to get all this weathering in here, it's probably why they did this all in blue. I'm assuming this is all casted in blue plastic. I don't know, guys. Comment below. Let me know your thoughts, because again, you get a lot of, at least in this back piece here, you're getting a lot of gray up here, and I'm wondering if they did gray and then they washed everything over this in blue. I mean, irrespective, it's a wonderful job, and there's no paint flaking. You know, I'm like, keep doing this and this, and like, gosh, we just reviewed that 4 Horsemen Studios figure, Obscura Headless Horseman, and the paint flake was everywhere. If they're doing all that... Oh, this is plastic. This is molded plastic. I don't know. Maybe there's paint on here. But they're doing an incredible job. I don't know what they did with this figure. I do love it. I love even in the cape, you have the whites here and stuff, and then it goes blue plastic on the... But they... Oh my god, it just... To me, it looks so great. All right, so articulation is going to be standard McFarlane Toys, DC Multiverse articulation. You also have butterfly joints here in the elbows, so they're doing a lot better stuff. I mean, you get minimal movement on those butterflies, though, because the figure, this chest of this figure is so beefy and big that you're not getting a lot of butterfly movement in there at all. But you do have a lot of rotation here in the... oh, I'm sorry, guys. In the hobo swivel here. And then the rotation here. And then you have... You don't have any bicep rotation. So you're getting a lot in here with the butterfly and that, but no bicep. Oh, I mean, you do have a little bit here. No upper bicep, but lower bicep and elbow. Again, you get only on this figure single jointed elbows on this figure. And I guess it does not warrant it, because he just doesn't do a lot to warrant having double jointed elbows. He's a beefy guy. So I guess that's a little bit of a downside between that and the Mafex version. You do have this beautiful belt here. I do not like the fact that some of the yellow's missing in some places here, even in here. But again, I guess if you're going for that cell shaded look, I get it, but I love it because it just makes everything pop, right? I mean, when you do that yellow, that just even the faint hint of yellow on the top part of a lot of the pouches on the belt, I think the figure just pops a little bit more, guys. It brings everything out. And then as you get down here, just to let you know, look, I mean, you're going to be hindered. The articulation is not going to be super great on this guy. So there you go. And then backwards. I mean, he can get back a little bit. So, again, no crunch, but he can get that far down. They did go with the McFarlane diaper, but it seems to be in a firmer plastic, so you can't even notice it. I do like that as well. I think in the past, these diapers that they've put over the figures were very noticeable because of the, I don't know, they were using a thinner plastic, I guess more for articulation purposes, but they kind of went with a firmer plastic diaper, at least it feels like it on this figure. Now, you do get some bend out of the diaper when you go high on the articulation and stuff like that, but I think it'll settle back into place, if you can see that. But all right, so what can he do? He can kind of get into the splits. I'm not going to go him all the way. He's got an upper thigh rotation here. So again, you got 360 on the thigh rotation. You do have the double jointed knees, though, so you don't have double jointed elbows, but you do have the double jointed knees here. So they go about that. So you're getting good articulation out of those knees there. They come down. No shin swivel. You do get the thigh swivel. And then you get the swivel at the ankle. Up and down on the foot. And forward facing pin for rocker. You got to get these feet in the right direction, though. They're a little pain in the butt. There you go. They go up and down. They do have ratchets in it. Forward facing pin for rocker. No toe joint here. Oh no, they do. Nice little toe joint there. So there you go. Those are the legs in a nutshell, guys. That's the articulation in a nutshell. As we move down to the figure, though, even the Batman boots, they're doing a better job, McFarlane, with this joint too. So this joint is less pronounced. So in the earlier McFarlane figures, and even that's not right. It doesn't look right. Okay, there we go. this was exposed. This ball joint here at the ankle was always exposed on one side, and it just looked wonky. They're doing a great job at hiding it as best as possible. As you can see, best as possible, they're hiding that ball joint in that ankle to make the figure look a lot better, a lot more seamless. So he comes with an open hand as well. I didn't say that. And then he comes with the knucks. Those Batman knucks right there. Those are cool. I'll show you closer to the camera, guys. So that's the hand with the knucks, and I'm going to keep both of these hands on him. I just think this is like the quintessential hands for this Batman. Is like, I'm going to punch you in the face with these while I hold you by your neck. Like, let's go, baby. All right, so all in all, that is the head to toe on the Batman. I hope that it wasn't cumbersome. It wasn't overly out there for y'all, but there he is, head to toe look. The Dark Knight Returns Batman. He looks menacing. He looks great in this figure form. Look at him. Wow. Guys, I'm just baffled by how much I love this figure. Like, I love Mcfarlane, and I'm going to bring out some of my other Mcfarlane figures. I'm not going to say I love Mcfarlane. There are things that I love that he does, and there are things that I dislike that he does, but this is one of them. This is up there. In as far as since he's taken over the line, I think this is one of his best Batman figures of all time. So let's get back to comparisons, and then we'll get into final thoughts after. All right, guys and gals, welcome back into comparisons. All right, we're going to start with some Mcfarlane first for comparisons. And I got this Last Night on Earth Batman. This is one of my other favorite figures that I can't stand for shit, but there he is. Last Night on Earth. Let's see if he stands. He's going to stand. Now, I love this figure for a lot of the same reasons of this Dark Knight Returns figure. I just love the detail, the washes, the kind of subtle wrinkles and such in the attire. I just love this attire. I love Joker being and the Joker head being encased. I love him in his, his insane asylum gear. I mean, this is amazing. So I just wanted to compare them both next to each other because this is one of my favorite figures. But the problem with this, engineering wise, that this figure suffers from is the fact that, again, these joints at the ankle just suck. They're terrible, and that's why he's always falling over. But right there, next to each other, that's the first comparison. Next, let's get into a more platinum phase and put him next to the DC Classics Penguin, or Superpowers, we should say, inspired Penguin. So that's how he stacks up against Penguin. Little brighter colors. Probably wouldn't pair them personally together, but I just wanted to show you how they look next to each other, guys. And then next up, we have a McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batgirl. This is my favorite Batgirl. This is probably one of the first figures that were in the line, right? I mean, I think she was part of like Wave 2-ish, but I love this figure. I think it holds up today. I don't think we've got a better Batgirl, but again, there's always problems with standing these figures, and that's why they come with stands, guys. I mean, I just want to get her up here for a hot second. There we go. I mean, she's bent over, but see if I can get her up here for a hot second so you can see how they're paired next to each other. There we go. Let's see. No movement. Bang. I think this is a great pairing again. She has some of the similar colors to him as far as the washes are concerned. I love these two together. I think they look great. Although she does not have the intricacy and the detail as he does. As you can see, he's just super detailed, and I love the dry brushing and the shading and all that jazz as well. It's just an incredible looking figure, guys. Last but not least, our trusty Victor Freeze. Why not? Again, DC Classic Superstars, Superpowers inspired Victor Freeze. Probably wouldn't put them together either. Now let's go with some other lines, since we have some other stuff here. Just for fun, put him in front of our trusty IG-12 and Grogu, just for size comparisons. So you can see IG-12, there we go, I can get him to stand, maybe. There you go, that's the IG-12 and the Batman. We also have another blue guy here, Grand Admiral Thrawn from the Star Wars Black Series line. So you can see, I mean, McFarlane obviously 7-inch, 8-inch figure. Next, we have a Mezco 112 scale Gotham by Gaslight Batman. I'll show you next to the Mezco what he looks like. There you go. And again, Mezco, more stout. Obviously smaller figures. Not terrible though. Okay, let's actually put him side by side with another bat. An Arctic bat. G.I. Joe Classified series from Hasbro, Arctic bat. You knew I had to do something like that. I may get rid of these Arctic bats, that's why I had it off to the side here. And for wrestling purposes, here is a Super 7 Will Ospreay. Ospreay. Next to the Dark Knight Returns Batman. Terrible pairing there. Let's put him next to a Super 7 Ninja Turtle. Leonardo. We got him out. There you go. That is next to the Super 7 Ninja Turtle, Leonardo. And why not? Just for comparison's sake, we have a NECA TMNT Punk Raphael. Now, this is the original. This is the Punk Raphael we all wanted. And remember, guys, they have punks for that Usagi episode too. So they came in different jackets for the Usagi episode as well. So NECA didn't always do wrong, but there they go. That's what they look like together. And what else? What else can I pair them with, guys? And just because we're dropping this literally after the Batman, mine as well. There it is, the Super 7 Triceraton. I've been teasing this for I don't know how many reviews. He's coming next after Batman, guys and gals. So there you go, the Triceraton. Anything else? That's it for comparisons. Let's get into some final thoughts. All right, guys and gals, welcome back to Final Thoughts. We raised the hat to Mr. Todd McFarlane for the first time in the Squared Circle Uncensored studio here. Mr. McFarlane, this is an amazing figure. I'm sorry, I don't agree with anybody that has a negative review about this figure. I think it's amazing, especially at a $28 price point if you're a pro member for GameStop, and then probably even lower to $29.99 retail MSRP at retail. If you can find the Platinum now. This is the Platinum version. I am not going to get the Vandal Damage version, and I have no real need to get a Mafex version of this figure. Now, obviously in the Mafex version, I would like the longer cape in the alternate logo, and maybe I was thinking about getting the horse, the Dark Knight Returns Batman, the gray and black colorway, oval insignia, Batman logo with the horse. But that just hasn't got to a price point really where I want to pull the trigger on it, guys. I mean, that is still at like $125 at the lowest, maybe $130 if I do overseas. And then if you're here domestically, it's in the $160s. Like, I'm just not vibing that right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it goes down below $100, maybe I pull the trigger on it. But just for that horse, which is essentially a statue, I really don't want to spend that kind of money for that figure. And the cape on that thing is incredible, obviously. I mean, I had forgot to pull out one of our Mafex Batmans here in comparisons, but again, it's the cape is where it's at, and then the added articulation, obviously. But for a standalone figure like this on your shelf display, this thing looks great. I mean, look at it. Just right under the light. I mean, even if you can get him into some sort of a street scene diorama with low lighting and stuff, like, I'm not going to do that personally because it's just too much. I just don't have the space, time, or desire to even go that route. Maybe one of these days. But with this, I mean, look, the proof is in his pudding. Put a nice backdrop, put him on a street corner, put the lamp on, put the low lighting, get some light on there somehow, shine some light, maybe get that lamp light to even glow a little bit. I don't know. Hey, guys. The world is your oyster, as they say. So you can do whatever you prefer with these figures, but I can say one thing about this figure, and this is not an opinion, And this is not a spoiler. This is a fact. This figure is awesome, and it's a great figure. It looks awesome. I love the shading on it. I love the look to it. I love the grays and the blues that they pulled in. I absolutely love the facial sculpts on this figure too. You get the great Bruce Wayne facial sculpt unmasked. Guys and gals, if you are in the market for a Dark Knight Returns figure, I think this is the way to go. I'm sorry. This is it for me. And I know the Mafex looks great. I know they have articulation. They have the cloth capes. It's all wired. Yada, 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 yada. But this Batman, it speaks to me. And that's all a figure has to do to you guys. It just has to speak with you. It has to touch you, right? It has to get something in there. And this just artistically is working for me. So, with all that said, I hope you enjoyed this review of the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse, The Dark Knight Returns Batman Battle Damage Platinum Edition. With that said, don't forget, if you liked what you heard on the review, or if you didn't like it, comment below and let me know why. But if you liked it, smash the subscribe button. I want you guys to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, because we want you coming back. We want you watching our videos. And we're doing this all for fun, guys. And we're going to do live streams and all this all cool stuff. We're going to do partnering. We're going to have guests back on here on the channel. Trust me, it's just a busy time of year. So once it quiets down and stuff, we're going to go into guests. We're going to have some fun stuff going on. So stay with us here. Squared Circle Uncensored. I'm your host, SQD Will. Guys and gals, as we always say here, be here and be squared. And we will be back soon for another toy review.